Hi and welcome back to Normski TV, doing a player ratings and review of the game Leicester against Arsenal. Leicester 1, Arsenal 3. Man, listen, I didn't see the game in its entirety, so forgive me, but you know, from what I caught on the radio and then the last part of it when I got home, I was very pleased. Absolutely, we're pleased with the result. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the lineup, I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is Arteta playing at?" You know, Willian. Why is he starting Willian? That's what I was asking myself the question. Mohamed El Nene again, lining up against Granit Xhaka. I'm thinking, you know what? We are gonna get turned over by Leicester because I know their midfield, is strong. They got the likes of Ndidi, Talisman, all these guys, Barnes, Pereira, Leicester not, in third place for nothing, and 15 points clear of us. And when I saw the lineup, I was like, what is Arsenal playing at? What is Arteta playing at? For crying out loud, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay then, right. He's gone with his size. He made 6 changes from the Benfica game. And he rested Saka. He rested Odegaard, put him on the bench. Bamiyang, he put them on the bench. And I was thinking to myself, all right, fair enough, Sabalas, he left out. He was on the bench. Martinelli was on the bench. We had a strong bench. But I was like, man, we're going to get a tonking today, because Leicester, as I said, they're not in third place for nothing. Do you know what I mean? And, making 6 changes, I just thought with that midfield that we have there with Granit Xhaka and Mohamed El Nene, I was just thinking, you know what? This is going to be sideways, backwards. You know what I mean? This is all I was thinking of. And yes, the game goes ahead, and then it was only my son that alerted me to sort of kind of basically say that Arsenal 1-0 down. I'm like, what do you mean? In my head, I was thinking, what do you mean Arsenal 1-0 down? And I'm like, the game was barely started. I think within sort of 8 minutes, I think they scored. Let me just double check how quick Tielemans scored. And do you know what? Between Granit Xhaka, Mohamed El Nene, if I could say his name, Pablo Marie. I mean, I don't know what El Nene was doing, man. Why are you running alongside the guy? You need to be coming across. You need to be cutting across and cutting down. Listen, Tierney wasn't there. I saw Tierney jogging back. Maybe he should have been there. Maybe he would have had a better chance again. I mean, Granit Xhaka couldn't keep up with him, and Talisman, puts it in the back of the net after. I'm sure it's after like 6 minutes. 6 minutes. That's right, 6 minutes. Leicester 1-0 up, and I was just thinking, here we go. It's just going to be another Wolves game, another, I don't know, whatever game we was playing in, where we went 1-0 down early and we just couldn't come back in the game. Another Man City game. But when you play Leicester and you've got the likes of Vardy. I mean, Vardy didn't score. It was Talisman that scored. So you're thinking to yourself, this ain't going to be good. And then to make it worse, shortly after he scores, Leno's presenting another golden opportunity to Vardy. Lucky enough, it came back off of Vardy. It came straight back in Leno's arms. It might have been, I don't know, it could have been the sun. I'm blaming it on the sun now, like Ty blaming it on, it was raining. But no, for real, it was a madness, you know what I mean? And, the first 15, 20 minutes of the game, we was all over the place. And I was thinking, it's only a matter of time before, Leicester score another goal. But then we started to, come into the game, and we started to control the game. I was getting texts from my friends, and they were saying, listen, not going to lie, let Arsenal all over Leicester now. We literally started to control the game and just took the game to them. We had a penalty incident where I thought Tielemans, when you look at it, it looks like Tielemans fouls Pepe in the box, but I think it was Ndidi that got the touch on him outside the box, just outside the box, so at different angles. So obviously the referee had to go, VAR came in, he had to go and check the monitor, come back and ruled out the goal and gave it as a free kick. So you're like, oh boy, this is it. We're not going to get back in the game. So I was thinking, now that we got a penalty, it'd be good. Then we end up having it disallowed because he was fouled outside the box. Just before I go back into the rest of the game, just to say, the lineup, as I said, Leno was in goal. It was great to see Suarez at the right side of right back. David Luiz, who gets himself a goal, brilliant, gets the equaliser. Pablo Mari, Tierney, and then obviously the two centre pairings of El Nene and Xhaka. Then you have Pepe on the right-hand side, Smith Rowe in the hole, Willian on the left. As I said, I was pretty shocked, and then Lacazette up front. And look, listen, in hindsight, you look at that, you're thinking he's made 6 changes. Why are you making 6 changes? But I'm telling you what now, when you look at Leicester and you saw the amount of players that were going down, they just had a game against Slavia Prague, lost that 2-0 at home. And sometimes, Arsenal was at that advantage. We've obviously got a bigger squad than Leicester, so it meant that the same sort of players that were playing on Thursday ended up playing again, and you could see that tiredness was kicking in. In the Leicester players, injuries to Barnes, he went down. I think Johnny Evans went off. They was dropping like flies, and then Pepe destroyed their right back. Literally, just took. I think his name was. I think it was Thomas. He had to get taken off. I mean, he was literally their left back, should I say? Yeah, literally took him apart. And he had to end up getting subbed. Did come back out. And Pepe had a fantastic game. So you're thinking 6 changes, but listen, Arteta is exonerated here now because it's paid off. We've ended up winning the game 3-1 away to Leicester. Remember, they are top 4 side, and we've gone and taken 3 points off of them. And as I said, the last time we won there was back in the 2016 season when we beat them 5-2, and we actually went down a goal. And then between Walcott and Sanchez, we turned the game around and won that game 5-2. So so it's good to get a win under a belt. It's good for the morale of the team. Going into our next, we've got a nice week off before we play Burnley, followed up with a game against Olympiacos and then Tottenham. So we have got some, important games coming up, but it's good to get this one under a belt. Good to get another win under a belt. Coming from behind twice, against Benfica and now, Leicester. I'd said, in my previous previews and just looking at how Arsenal was going to do in the next sort of 7 games, I was saying we'll probably only get 5 points out of the next 7 or 8 games. We've got 6 points, so that's not bad. We beat Leeds. Okay, we lost against Man City, but now we've taken a scalp of Leicester, so that was really great. So you could see that the players really stepped up. After 15-20 minutes, the players started to step up, and it was great. Luiz getting a nice headed goal, an assist from Willian, a lovely cross. Or I don't know if it was from a free kick, but whatever it was, because as I said, I didn't see the game in its entirety. But it was a beautiful cross from Willian, and Luiz lost his player and nicely headed it, into the back of the net. And then we get the equaliser, fantastic stuff. And I think then after that we get a penalty. Because again, a nice build-up play. Pepe I think the link up. I think the build-up play between Willian, Smith Rowe, and Xhaka playing that ball out to Pepe, in making a running, going towards the box, hits the ball. I think he was trying to take a shot. I don't know if he was trying to cross it, but it's hit indeed his hand. We get a penalty. His hand was in an unnatural position. We end up getting a penalty, and Lacazette, duly puts it away. We make it 2-1. So that was really good to see. You know, going up 2-1, and I think we was 2-1 up before we actually went in at I think we went in at half time, or was it? Did we get a 2-1? Yeah, it was 2-1 before we went in half time. So it was really good to get that goal just before half time. So you know, you're going in 2-1 up, and we know that when we come back out, Leicester are going to come at us. So we had to really defend well, and I do feel that the team overall defended well. You know, Pablo Ruiz was very calm on the ball, very good, technically good on the ball, pinging those balls forward. David Luiz had a great game, you know, controlled Vardy, had him in his pockets along with Cedric Suarez, who had a great game as well. You know, overlapping with Pepe, giving him the options, creating space. Do you know what I mean? And listen, as I said, Pepe had that left back on toast, had him on toast. And so that right hand side was strong, and that's why I was advocating for Cedric Suarez to start, because he is a better defender and he's better going forward. Not this invertedness that Bellerin likes to do, cut in, doesn't give no option, never passes the ball to Pepe. So it was good to see Suarez, you know, starting it up. And we need Suarez to now start the games. But you know what's going to happen? We're going to go and play Burnley, and what is he going to do? He's going to put Bellerin back in there. I guarantee it. Cedric will have a great game. He will take him out, put Bellerin back in there, which I just think is just totally wrong. You know, if you're playing well, keep your place, and you have to fight for your place. It's as simple as that. So as I said, we go in 2-1 at half time, and obviously changes were made on Leicester side, you know, injuries and stuff like that. Mark Albrighton came in for Luke Thomas, because obviously he had a nightmare against Pepe. Absolutely got rinsed, got sent sent back to wherever he come from. Literally got done. So, you know, the game goes on, you know, and we get another goal in the 52nd minute, 3-1, lovely build-up play, and another assist from Willian, cuts it back for a nice tapping for Willian, and we're 3-1 up. So, literally, you know, when you look at it, Leicester didn't really come to, I think they wanted to just get that one goal. They let us have the ball. We had a lot more possession than them. It's almost like, I don't know, tiredness, yeah, I would say played a big part in there. But it was almost like they didn't want to attack us. They were just waiting to just hit us on the counters, even though they're playing at home. You know, they were letting us have more of the ball. But the great thing is that Arsenal going a goal down and then coming back into it and being really aggressive, that's the sort of Arsenal I want to see. Character. You're showing it in the Benfica game, and now you're showing it in the Leicester game. And as I said, fantastic all round by the team. You know, look, Mohamed El-Neni was probably the weakest link out of the lot. You know, that side was, you know, I think there's a stat out that he made something like, I think he only made like 2 or 3 forward passes. The rest were backwards or sideways. It says what it is on the tin. You know, literally, it is what it is on the tin. You know, and if we want to go further in terms of our league positioning and in terms of making top 4 and challenging, you can't have the likes of Mohamed in there. He just isn't the one. Do you know what I mean? And then when, you know, when what's the name came on, what's his name? I keep forgetting. When Thomas came on, he nicely shored up that thing, made Xhaka look a lot better. You know what I mean? You know, Xhaka played well. Granted, Xhaka played well, but you know, having Thomas coming in there, you know, he kind of shored up the middle. You know, did what he needed to do. Wasn't spectacular, but did what he needed to do. And in general, the whole team, as I said, the whole team played really well. And so I'm going to go with the player ratings now. Quickly, let's go with Leno in goal. I'm giving him a 6. I said, apart from picking the ball out the back of the net, could he have done better? Could he have got down earlier? You know, it's the jury's out there on that. But listen, other than that, his kicking is a lot better. He's getting the ball, distributing it a lot quicker, which is really good. Apart from that little hospital moment he nearly had with Vardy, other than that, he's had an okay game. I'm going to give Leno a 6. Cedric Suarez, as I said, played really well down that right side, linking up really well with Pepe, those overlapping and just, you know, causing great creating space. So when Pepe's picked up the ball, he's overlapping and he's drawing players to him, which creates a space for Pepe. And that's what we need. So I'm giving Cedric Suarez, I'm going to give him an 8 because I think he played really well. David Luiz got a goal, got the equaliser. As I said, the first 20 minutes, the whole team was a little bit shaky. But then he came into his own, defended well, had Vardy in his back pocket. I'm giving David Luiz a 7. Alongside him is Pablo Mari. Again, love the way this guy plays, just very confident on the ball, brings a nice sense of security to the back. There's no panic when he plays. And there was one point where he was in a foot race with Vardy. I was thinking, oh my God, but he nudged him, he used his body weight to nudge him. It wasn't a penalty, you know what I mean? And, obviously Vardy is no slouch. He's quick. And I was surprised to see, Pablo keeping up with him. So I'm giving Pablo also a 7 as well. Kieran Tierney, played well on that left-hand side, always working hard, solid, he's consistently giving you, most times a 7. So I'm going to give him a 7 again for his defensive work there. In the middle of the park, you got El Nene, which I just felt was the weakest out of the lot. Too much sideways, backwards, just... As I said, you had a lot of players running up for him, and it doesn't help when you're playing alongside Granit Xhaka, who hasn't got the legs either. So it makes him look worse than what he is. You know what I mean? And for me, Xhaka would be doing a lot of Mohamed's work for him. Do you know what I mean? So I'm giving Mohamed El Nene a 5. Granit Xhaka thought had a very good game, apart from he got left for dead when Tielemans picked up that ball in the first half and scoring that goal, just left it for. I think he tried to play a pass to Willian that got cut out, and the next thing Tielemans is on his heels, and Granit couldn't keep up with it. But then El Nene should have been there to cover. He just ran alongside him, which I don't see the point. I just don't know what is going through the guy's head. You know what I mean? So I'm giving Granit Xhaka. I'm going to give Granit Xhaka a 7. I'm going to give Granit Xhaka a 7. Pepe got the goal, worked really hard, just giving. Absolutely, Thomas, he's just giving him hell on that left-hand side, or the right-hand side. Our right-hand side was just giving that left-back trouble. Got the goal as well. And for me, I think between him and Willian, it's likely that I'll probably give both of them man of the match. It's very hard because they both played well. I like the way they were direct. They're dribbling a lot. Both of them worked really hard. So I'm giving Pepe a 9. And the man of the match. Smith Rowe, again, had a bit of a quiet game. Looked tired, and that's why I say it would have been good to start Odegaard rather than Smith Rowe. I did say it because obviously the injury, I don't know if it's a groin injury, not hearing much at the moment, but I'm hoping that it's not nothing too serious. He, played for, I think it was like 25, 30 minutes, but then they obviously had to get taken off with that injury. I'm giving Smith Rowe a 6. I'm going to give Smith Rowe a 6. Willian, 2 assists, worked tirelessly for the team. And this is the Willian that I want to see. Where have you been? Where have you been, Willian? Tell me, where have you been? I'm going to give you a 9 as well, and the man of the match. So you're going to have both of them, man of the match. And then Lacazette, he got the penalty. Again, tenacious, holding up the ball well, working hard for the team, and he ain't going to miss the penalty. He's probably one of the best penalty takers, in the league, even though we don't get much, but he's very good at his penalty takers. He did it at Lyon, and, he's still doing it here at Arsenal. And it was good, saw that passion when he scored, and I'm going to give Lacazette an 8. I think he really done well for the team. And then for the players that came on, Martin Odegaard came on for Smith Rowe, and when he came on, thought he was great, thought he was brilliant. He's, as I said, people were saying he's very Ozil-esque, and he is. Just love the way he sees passes that other people don't see. He's got quick feet, and I just like it. And it's good to see that Arteta is using him a lot. And if Smith Rowe happens to be missing for that number of games, then Odegaard is going to come in and fill that space. So I think he done well. I'm going to give Odegaard a 6. Thomas Partey came in, as I said, he just came in, held everything together, made Xhaka look even better. than what he was, you know what I mean? And Thomas Partey, you know, is just coming back to full fitness, and hopefully he's got that week leading up to the Burnley game to get some more training under his belt, get his fitness levels up, and then hopefully he will be starting that Burnley game, because that's going to be a tough game. You know, make no bones about it. It will be a tough game, so it will be good to have Thomas Partey in there controlling that midfield. If we control that midfield, we win that game against Burnley. So I'm going to give Thomas Partey a 6. Pierre Emerick came on, had one shot that whizzed past the far post. Came on in the 83rd minute. I'm going to give him a 5. Give him a 5. The manager, you know, apart from picking El Nene, which I wasn't pleased about, and I was gonna, you know, depending on how that game went, you know, I mean, he's brought in Willian, but as I said, the guy has exonerated himself. You know, look at what he's done. Look at what Willian's done today. 2 assists, 6 changes, and we looked the more energetic side on that pitch. You know, Leicester are a very energetic side, fit side, but you know, obviously, injury issues, fitness issues caught up with them, and you know, Arteta made the right call. I'm going to give Arteta an 8. I'm going to give Arteta an 8. The referee had an okay game. There's probably a couple of fouls that he missed, but other than that, you know, yeah, I'm going to give the referee a 3. Yeah, that's being generous. I'm going to give the referee a 3. But listen, it's fantastic. You know, we've won 2 games back to back. Obviously, the Europa and the Premier League. We need now to get this week out of the way, you know, rested, get the players back, you know, and those players that are injured, hopefully they will be back fit and ready to go. And listen, Burnley, as I said, it's not going to be an easy game, but I do believe we can go there and get the win. I'm more confident now than I was a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, looking at the fixture list, I was thinking where we're going to get the points from. But listen, we've done well. And as I said, we've got Burnley, then Olympiacos, and then we've got that massive North London derby. So look out for that. But guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. 1 away from 120. Who's going to get me there? Who's going to get me there? Listen, please like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.